Hi, I'm Alison, and today we're going to do a short practice focusing on length. That's length within the breath and length of the body in certain postures. Okay. If you have any issues, any physical issues, or any reason why you think some of this might be inappropriate or not suitable for you, then please don't do it. Okay, so we're going to begin sitting. So find a comfortable seat. It could be kneeling, could be cross-legged, it could be sitting in a chair or against a wall. Anything where you feel the upper body feels tall and long, but not ramrod straight. You still feel natural in the upper body. You could have any cushions or blocks underneath the bottom to give you a bit of lift in the hips if you like. Rest the hands down, maybe on the legs or in the thighs or down by the sides of the body. And then you can tilt the chin down slightly and either look at the floor or half close or fully close your eyes. So it's nice to start with some grounding or a transition from whatever you've been doing into this yoga time. So we start by focusing on the physical body. Notice the sensations in the physical body where it's in contact with the floor or the chair or the block underneath. Notice how particular joints and muscles feel. Notice any particular sensations you have in the physical body. And then tune in to the breath. So we go a bit deeper from the physical body inwards towards the breath. And see if you can find some element of the breath to focus on. Notice maybe where the breath is moving in the upper body, or the length of your breath. And does this feel like your normal breathing, or is this different in any way? And then we go a little bit deeper, a little bit more subtle to the mind. Focus on where the mind is right now, where the focus is. And if you feel like the mind is really busy, is it whizzing around? Or do you feel that there's some degree of calm and focus there? And are there gaps or pauses between all the thoughts? And then draw your awareness to all three parts, the physical body, the breath, and the mind. This is you, how you are right now today. And every time you come to your yoga mat, it will be different. Now take a much bigger and deeper and stronger breath. And if your eyes were closed, open the eyes and then reach the arms up. Big inhale as you reach up. Feel tall, and then exhale, lower the arms back down by your sides. Okay, change your sitting position if it's not comfy, or if you were sitting cross-legged, now change the legs the other way so that you've got the other leg crosses in first. Okay, so we'll take a moment for a nice breathing practice that's really good to learn as a way of lengthening your breath and activating your rest and digest response, the parasympathetic nervous system. This is diaphragmatic breathing, also known as belly breathing, which anatomically is not correct. Obviously, you don't breathe in with your belly, but the belly should move when you do this. That's why it's often called belly breathing. So it's helpful if you have one or two hands resting on the belly as you do this. So find like the tummy button or somewhere around there where you can rest your hand or both hands. And again, you might like to close the eyes, but you don't have to. This time, what I want you to do when you inhale is try and make the hands move. So as we inhale, we expand the chest, the rib cage will move, will feel bigger. We fill the lungs with air. And then as you exhale, everything shrinks down and we breathe out the breath. So you inhale ideally through the nose, make the belly expand. Exhale, and ideally through the nose, but if not through the mouth, bring the belly in as you exhale the air. So we inhale and expand. We exhale and let it all go out through the mouth or through the nose. See if you can keep some belly breathing going now. And you might like to focus on whether the breath is longer than your natural breathing. It might only be a fraction longer. Okay, one more of those long, slow and deep breaths, diaphragmatic breathing. Fill the chest with air and exhale all the breath out as much as you can. Good. Okay, and then when you've finished your exhale, relax the arms, maybe a little shoulder roll. Good. Okay, and we're going to bring some movement into the body now. So we'll come out of the sitting position, come over onto hands and knees. If you have sore wrists, you can make fists here as a way of releasing the intensity in the wrists. And if you have slightly sore knees, you can put the knees on a folded cushion or a jumper or something else instead. So hands and knees underneath your shoulders, knees roughly underneath the hips. Okay, so we're going to go for length. So this is also a balance one that if you want to bring in the balance you can, but we're going to start with the first version. So extend your right arm and your left leg, keep the fingers on the floor and the toes on the floor, and then bring them back into the middle. And then extend your left arm in front and the right leg out behind you, toes and fingers still on the floor, and then bring them back to the middle. So you can keep doing that, or for the balance, you lift the arm and the leg up as you breathe. So we will lift the right arm and left leg, and then lower back down, and then left arm and right leg, and then lower back down. And we're thinking about length. So try and reach the fingertips forwards and the toes as far back as they'll go as you lift up and then come back down. And the second side, we're looking for the length down the body, and we come back down. Once more each side. Remember, you can do the version with the fingers or the toes on the floor. Final side, so left arm, right leg, and then come back down. Good. Okay, and then from here, we're going to come down onto the floor, lying down on our front. So walk yourself forwards and down to lie down on your front. And we'll take a moment of rest here. You can just rest your head down. So again, we're looking for some length down the whole of the body. So we'll have the arms down by the sides of the body, and you can have the palms down or the palms up, whichever you prefer. Okay. Take a moment here before we do anything, and then when you're ready, we're going to lift the head, so upper body, upper ribs, the knees, thighs, feet off the floor, and then the arms as well. Breathe here. Maybe stay for one breath and come back down, or if you want to stay for a little bit longer, stay for another couple of breaths and then come back down. Relax down. We'll do one more of those. So we have the legs drawing together, arms down by the sides of the body, resting the head on the chin or the forehead. You can come up on an inhale or an exhale because there's different views as to which one you should do. So you do what feels best for you. So when you're ready, lift up the head, chest, thighs, knees and feet, and then the arms. Be here and feel long from the back of your heels all the way up the back of the body to the back of the head. Come down when you need to, or stay for one more breath, and then release down. Good. And windscreen wiper legs to relax. So we bend the legs at the knees, and then we'll lower the legs from one side to the other. Nice gentle rocking. This is nice to release any tightness you have in your lower back. Okay, and then lower the legs back down to the floor. Put the hands roughly under the shoulders, and we'll push yourself up. And we'll take a rocking motion here again as a release for the lower back. This is also lengthening down the spine. So we'll have the hands further forwards than under the shoulders, so they're much further forwards. And then start to rock forwards and back. So the head goes forwards about 10 inches, 20 centimeters or so, and then back. Bottom comes towards the heels. So you don't need to take it further than this. But if you're comfortable and want to go further forwards and further back, you can. So a nice gentle rocking motion. This is good for the lower back. Okay, from here we'll go back into our child's pose. So take the knees wide, touch the toes together, the big toes, and sink back the bottom towards the heels. And then lower the head down. And you could either rest the head on your hands, or because we're looking for length, you could take the arms further out and reach forwards and have some more active length going on down the back of the body and down the arms. Okay, from there, slowly bring yourself upright again, and then we're going to come down to lie on the back in semi-supine. Okay, so bring yourself around, come down to lying, rest the back of the head on the floor, rest the upper back on the floor. We'll start with the feet and on the floor and the knees bend. And we'll take a moment just to let the lower back settle here. Okay, then we're going to move into Apasana. So we bring the knee, take hold of your right knee and bring the right knee over the chest. And then if your lower back is happy, we can extend the left leg and gently push through the heel. If that doesn't feel nice in your lower back, change position by bringing the foot back into where it was so the knees bend. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. So take the right foot down to the floor. Bring the left knee in over the chest. Either keep the right foot where it is, or lengthen that leg out along the floor. Push through the heels so you've got an active leg. Good, and then release. We'll take both feet into semi-supine. You could have a rocking motion here. And then we're going to finish with banana side bend. So take the legs out along the floor so that they're long and straight down the length of your mat. Keep the feet roughly together. Lift your arms up and over behind the head so that the upper arms are either side of your ears. Walk the head and the shoulder blades and the arms round to your left side slightly, and then walk the heels around to the left side as well. So you're making a slight curve. Doesn't have to be much before you notice it. It can be really intense, so just go around a little bit. If you were looking at yourself from above, you're making a slight curve, a bit like a banana. Okay, and you'll get the length down your right side, so the long side, the side we moved away from, down the armpit, the side waist, through the hip, down the legs. Okay, good. There's enough on that side. Shuffle yourself back to the middle, and then we'll go around to our right side. So we lift and shuffle around to your right side. Arms, upper body, and then the heels and the feet, up to the point where you get that really beneficial length down the side of your body. Stay here and breathe. Nice steady breath. Focus on the sensations you can feel on your left side. Good, and then we'll walk the the feet and the head and the shoulders back to the middle, and then we'll rest here. So you could either rest with long legs in Shavasana or semi-supine, which I find nicer for most people for the backs. If you're resting in semi-supine with the knees bent, you could let the knees touch so that they are taking the effort out of the legs. Rest one hand on the belly and one hand further up, so maybe mid-ribs or upper chest. We're going to return to our diaphragmatic breathing, the belly breathing. We're looking for length. So when you're ready, inhale and expand the lungs, the rib cage. Expand into the hand that's on the belly. Feel that rise up. And then as you let go, you exhale out. Let all the breath out as much as you can. The hand will come down closer to the floor. Keep this belly breathing going, diaphragmatic breathing. And ideally, the other hand shouldn't really be moving that much. So nice, long, slow and deep calming breath. Notice the changes, how you feel in the breath and the body and the mind as you do this. Okay, and then we're going to let go of that breathing pattern, so let your normal breath come back. Let the arms come back down by the sides of the body. We're going to slowly come back up to sitting, so bring the knees over the chest, rock a couple of times from side to side, or hug the knees in. And then we could roll onto one side, take your time, and then slowly push yourself back up. Okay, so bring the hands to the chest. Hello, little dolly. My cat's just joined me. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that session, focusing on some length through the whole body, and I hope the longer breathing, lengthening your exhale in particular, has made you feel a little bit calmer and more relaxed. Thank you. Hello, darling. Okay.